Work on your active flexibility with these compass moves on the pole.
It is pole week.
Yes, and we are working on our active flexibility with some inverted poses that are sort of like splits, but to me, take a little bit more flexibility.
Than splits?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe because you also don't have anything, you're not pulling on your leg and you don't have anything pushing it, so there's no gravity and stuff like that. So you really have to work on your active flexibility to be able to hold the poses.
Before we start, let's do a quick safety check. Let's start by checking our equipment, make sure everything is okay with your rigging and stuff, make sure that you're working with a clean pole, that you have something to clean your pole as you go, and that you have resin or grip as you need. We want to prevent any accidents from sweat or just from a cold pole if you're practicing in winter. Make sure that you have a crash mat. Don't practice without one under any circumstances, especially when doing inverted poses. And then make sure that you warm up well and cool down well before and after you practice aerial. If you're looking for warm-up ideas, we'll chuck them in a playlist, which we'll leave right up here. So if you haven't done that yet, go do that first and then come back to this video to train with us. We did mention that we are working on our active flexibility, so active drills before we start would be great to get ready for this. And then make sure that you're wearing the right clothing for pole, wear pole clothes. We are going to be using our inner thighs a lot. Our legs sandwich the pole in a way that keeps some tension, that keeps us on the pole and secure. So make sure that you have those points of contact available so you're not sliding out of it. And then make sure that you have your spotting buddy. Make sure you have someone to train with so they can be your GPS in the air and your cheerleader. And if something happens, they're there to call someone or assist you.
So you cannot find the music for this routine synced up to this video. This is a tutorial video that where we will show you how we enter the poses, the tips that we use to hold the poses and to do different things while we're on the pole. We also show you the transitions that we use between the poses that we're doing in this routine. However, if you want to see it synced up to the music, we did leave you a short right up here. This short is synced up to the music. So if you want to know exactly what song we're using, we're leaving you a link to the song that we use along with the time in which we get started down in the description below. We always welcome you to come back to the channel on Friday. On Friday, we do release a YouTube video that shows both of us doing the routine so that you can see what it looks like when two people do the same routine and how there might be differences based on our bodies and our heights and stuff like that. So do come back to the channel on Friday and have a little watch party with us.
Now that we've covered everything, let's get started.
Today, so basically she's holding on to the pole with a forearm grip with her right hand because that's her stronger hand, and the left hand is holding up high, reach above her, holds above her head. So her right foot is going to step forward a little. It's under the rigging point, so she can keep her body under the rigging point. Before she starts spinning, she's going to engage her shoulder and kind of pull her body up. It's like a string is pulling you to the ceiling. Think about it that way. And so her spine gets really straight and her back is really engaged. And then she's going to take that left leg and swing it forward while pivoting off of that right leg. And she does like 2 spins for this so that she can add enough spin before she lifts her leg. And she's going to bend the inside leg as she extends the outside leg before she does her first climb. So she's going to show us how she does it now all together. There she is, pivoting off of that right leg, keeping her body centered, bending her leg, then bringing her body around to come to her first climb. Then you'll do a second mini climb. So what Taylor does is she adjusts her hand just a little and then she adjusts her legs by pulling up a little before she brings her body to come to a stand. And then she's going to release her legs and take her inside leg and hook it on the pole while she brings her outside leg behind the pole and hooks the pole with her inside armpit. From here, she's going to extend the outside hand, move it around, do an extension before she comes back to the pole and hooks her elbow on the pole. Once her elbow is hooking, she's going to release her legs, straighten them out into like a V to hold this pose for a little bit. Then she's going to hold on back to the pole before she comes back to a climb. Her legs will come around to come back to be able to climb. She's going to hold the pole under her armpit, her inside armpit, before she straddles and hooks her outside leg. Once her outside leg is hooked, she's going to reach her outside hand to hold the pole above her head. So then she's going to extend that inside leg down, pull it down with her arm, and hold this pose for a bit before she straightens that top leg to have somewhat of a V shape on top. And she's going to hold this for a bit before she crosses that bottom leg over the top leg, and she kind of bends it forward. So it's like she's piking over, but that bottom leg is bent. And then she takes her hand and puts it behind the bottom leg to reach for the top leg and hold on to her leg. And then she's going to extend the bottom leg and think about straightening it so she has a scissor-like opening with her legs here. Here you can hold this for a bit. If you feel safe, you can release that bottom hand. If not, you can just keep holding onto the pole. Then you're going to release your leg from your inside hand and hook back onto the pole, reach for the pole on top, and then you release your leg slowly and engage your core to come down off the pole. Thank you, Taylor!
That was so much fun.
If you had fun trying out this routine with us and you're looking for another routine to continue training pole, do check out the routine we're leaving on screen for you. It has a lot of pretty poses, really pretty poses that don't require an invert, so you don't have to worry about inverting on the pole. And one of these poses is one of my favorite sits on the pole. It's on the side, so do check it out, give it a try, and let us know what you think.
And until next time, bye!